stars spend their lives trying to become famous, and then once they are, they no longer want to be in the spotlight. But that was a choice that they made. What about people who by accident end up being top of the news, whether they want it or not? Well, today's show is about those people who are instantly famous. First, we have a former TV anchor woman, Christine Kraft, who went from reading the news to making it when she was fired for being, and are you ready for this, too old and unattractive. My next guest enjoyed instant fame in 1969 when he got married in front of a few million of his closest friends on Johnny Carson's Tonight Show. And of course, I am talking about the man who tiptoed his way through those tulips, Tiny Tim. Plus, we are going to meet him too. Okay. And my next guest made history by getting married in front of the largest audience on national television. He tiptoed through those tulips in the late 60s. We all remember that. And who knows, maybe he'll tiptoe for us today a little later. Please welcome Tiny Tim.
We'll be back with Tiny Tim and more. Stay with us.
We're meeting people who found themselves instantly famous, and that would certainly include you, sir.
Well,
do we call you Tiny or Tim or Mr. T?
Miss Lawrence, it's a pleasure being on your show. And
oh, don't call me Miss Lawrence. Actually, Miss Vicki. Oh.
Okay, I will do that.
And then what happens?
Oh.
You and Miss Vicki are no longer...
Well, you never know, but I have a new beautiful wife.
But you and Miss Vicki didn't make it, no?
No, it's hard, you know, in old marriages today. You know, marriages are so stressful. People get tired of each other. And that's what really breaks up so many things. And that didn't work. I'm really sorry about that. But now I have a new, beautiful, better wife.
Well, that's nice. How many people you figure saw that wedding? You were married on The Tonight Show?
Well, yes, that was December 17th, 1969. Wow. In New York, I think about 40 million people saw that. It was written in the World Book Encyclopedia in 1970 and in the Compton's 1970 annual.
And you always wanted to be a star?
Yes.
From when? From how old?
Oh, this goes back to 1947. I remember the years in the middle 30s when Hollywood was really Hollywood. When Jimmy Fiddler, Llewellyn Parsons had a hopper were writing, when Walter Winchell had his ABC show on WJZ radio. And I've always loved Hollywood, but the turning point was when I met Elizabeth Taylor. Miss Taylor, when she was 15 years old, in 1947, about September 18th, in the St. Regis Hotel, 3 o'clock in the afternoon. And she was there with her beautiful mother, Sarah Southern Taylor.
For details, aren't you,
well,
Mr. T?
You can't forget that, Miss Lawrence. Miss Vicki, I'm sorry. And also, I can honestly tell you that when she saw me at 3 o'clock in the afternoon on a Wednesday in September of 1947, her eyes popped out of her head.
I don't
like she
her.
saw a ghost.
No.
And I just left my scrapbook there down at the desk, and I found out later that whoever makes her eyes pop at that time, she really liked. Well, then she came down she changed her dress, came down to take the cab, and she threw me a kiss from the taxi cab. And I'll never forget that. I said, I have to meet her one day at her level. And that's what inspired me to become famous.
And the large turning point was, would you say, Laugh-In?
I would say Laugh-In definitely.
Did Laugh-In come before or after Tiptoe Through the Tulips?
It came before. January 24th, 1968 was when I was on the first Laugh-In show here in Burbank.
4 o'clock in the afternoon?
No, I forgot what time that was.
Who was the guest star?
I can't remember that.
I'm just kidding.
I wish I could.
So Laugh-In was the big break, and then Tiptoe Through the Tulips
And
came
then,
out.
well, no, Mr. Carson. Mr. Carson really picked up the ball in March or April when he was in New York in '68, when he put me on for the first time, and it broke the house down again, and he advertised that album so well, and the rest was, and then came Tiptoe in May.
How do you prepare for the downtimes after you're that high, that hot, that fast? How do you prepare for that?
That's the best question I heard all year. First of all, I've had a lot of spiritual training. I just thank Jesus Christ for his blessings, number one. Number two, following baseball in the Dodgers for years, going back to '43, and seeing these great hustlers like Eddie Stank at the time, Maury Wills later, who really pitched and fought until that game was won. They never quit. That inspired me also in this business. Hearing how stars fell, and after they were on top and fell and never came back again, I knew that if I ever made it, I'd have to be prepared for that. And when that did happen in 1970, I was spiritually and physically prepared to start again, go back to the minors, I never wanted to be on Mr. Carson's show. Only the agents put it. In this business, you have to produce to be valuable, as Suzanne Plachette said. And so I had to start my career all over again, go back to the minor leagues, and go back to the drawing board.
So now where are you now?
Well, floating. But at least
are you in the minors again?
No,
still,
I would say it's like Saturn. The hot stars like Roseanne Barr are right in the ball. People like myself who were there once before are on the ring trying to get back in again.
Okay, Tiny. Do you remember this?
I sure do. That was 1970. You know, by the
Tiny
way,
Tim game of beautiful things.
May I say this? I'm not trying to
Will
flatter
you stop calling me Miss Lawrence?
Vicki. Okay, I can tell you
or
that
Diphead
your
or something
show,
like that.
Your show is the hottest thing right now. I saw it the other day in Rhode Island, in Providence, when you had the English Petula Clark was on, and it was fantastic.
Now, what is the deal
here?
Well,
this is like a Monopoly game. This didn't sell too much at that time in 1970.
Collect one beautiful thing from another player.
However, it's worth $150 on the collector's market at least.
Stop for a shower, miss a turn. Share one of your beautiful things with the player who stops here. What do you have to do to win?
I know, I never played it.
Well, it says here, when all the cards are removed from the board, the game is over. We'll be glad to answer inquiries concerning those rules. Parker Brothers. Well,
if I may say, I think what didn't make this sell, it's a little complicated to read. Like, you know, you yourself didn't understand what it was about. And I think the majority of the public needs simple things to relate to quickly. And this was not too simple.
Well, maybe there's the problem, Tiny. Mm-hmm. When did you start singing in that falsetto?
Well, that started about 1952.
Can you still hit those high notes?
When the voice is there.
You can't hit one for us today?
Oh, may I?
Oh, please. And you're still out there doing that?
Yep, sure am. In fact, Donnie Brooks, one of the great singers of his day, had a big hit called Mission Bell. I'm on tour with Pat Paulson on the Brooks-Kurtz show, Ron Kurtz.
Excuse me.
Oh, that's okay. He's not bothering me.
Well, you don't seem to understand. We are on television here.
Well, it's about time. You've been trying to get on for years.
Wait a minute here. Now, I know you. I can't remember your name now.
Yeah, same thing happens to me when I'm drinking.
No, I haven't been drinking. Now, just give me your name.
What's wrong? Don't you like your own?
I think you've misconstrued me.
I never touched you.
No. Will you please just tell me your name?
My name is Raymond J. Johnson, Jr.
That's right, Mr. Johnson. Mr. Johnson.
Raymond J. Johnson, Jr.
Yes, Mr. Johnson.
Well, you doesn't have to call me Johnson. You can call me Ray. Or you can call me Jay. Or you can call me Johnny. Or you can call me Sonny. Or you can call me Junie. Or you can call me Ray J. Or you can call me RJ. Or you can call me RJJ. Or you can call me RJJ Jr. But you doesn't have to call me Johnson.
I think I'll just call you RJ.
Why don't you make it Ray? I kind of like saying, you know, hello, Ray.
Fine, hello, Ray.
Hello, Miss Rivers.
No, definitely not Miss Rivers.
Oh, Miss Not Rivers.
No, it's Vicki.
Oh, Miss Vicki.
No, it's just Vicki.
Oh, Miss Just Vicki.
For crying out loud. Look here, Mr. Johnson.
Oh, you doesn't have to call me Johnson.
Oh, for crying out loud. Get out of here.
Call me Dave, or you can call me Johnny.
Lord. We'll be back in a minute. We're going to find out what's going on there with what's his name. Tim, Mr. T, what does your family make of you?
Absolutely shocked. I mean, I have this hair since '54. It's a long story, and the makeup. Along with that, I get all the free seats in the subways. They all kept away from my parents were wondering where I came from and who was responsible for me.
Okay.
And then when it happened, it was complete shock. And whatever happened around the neighborhoods, what is it, where is he going, all of a sudden happened in the world. The whole world was saying the same thing in '68. Is he putting us on? Is he real?
Oh, but
whatever.
we enjoyed it. We had fun. Now listen, do you recognize
Miss Jan.
Miss Jan, Mr. Tim's wife?
That's right.
Well, nice to meet you.
My pleasure to meet you, Vicki.
Now, your life can't possibly be normal.
Well, it really is exciting and very interesting.
Is it?
It sure is.
Now, where are you two off to now?
Well,
You have the same hair color.
similar, yes. It's
Very
getting
similar.
closer
Both
and closer.
natural redheads, just like myself.
Yes.
Where are you off to?
Well, my husband's going on the road.
Mm-hmm. Do you go with him
and
everywhere?
Not everywhere. No, I don't. It becomes impossible to travel all the time.
But it's
I'm
got
going
to
to be here
It
for a
has
couple
got
of
to be
days.
never boring, I would imagine.
It's never boring, and it's
Well,
fabulous.
that's fun then. We'll be back in a minute with more from our very famous guests. For tickets to Vicki, please send a self-addressed stamped envelope to NBC Tickets, Vicki, 3000 West Alameda Avenue, number 1501, Burbank, California, 91523. Ladies and gentlemen, thanks to all of you guys. It was great fun chatting with you. And to all of you, too, for being here. Have a wonderful day. We love you. Brentwood Limousine will serve you in most major cities with a full professional staff. Brentwood has the ultra-luxury liners from 6 to 14 passengers. Accommodations provided by Le Montrose Suite Hotel de Grand Lux in West Los Angeles, a lovely hotel operated in the European tradition.